It's all about these altcoins again. I mean, we get a little breather yesterday. They gave us the pullback. They upset everyone. We got absolutely rinsed, and they've sent us back. They've sent us right back up here. Look at Celestia, 31% up. We've got ARB also looking good. Injectives performing. All these alts, it's back. It's back. We're back. So what we're going to do today, guys, I mean, I'm talking about Cathie Wood selling Coinbase stock. We need to understand that. There was some bullish news now on BTC with regards to this ETF, and then we're talking Celestia, Arbitrum, Solana, which I'm long Solana. I've got AVAX also looking longable. Say I'll update you on that one. I'm still 2,000% up on that, but I have been trimming some profits. I got an Audis update for you, and then I've got DJ Dave in the back with a setup especially for you guys. And he hasn't been on here in a while, so we're going to bring him on for that. I hope it's a long setup. It sounds like a long setup, so we're going to bring him on for that shortly. Lots to talk about today, guys. Let's get into it. First things first, BTC. Lots of games yesterday. They gave us this mega pullback, as we know. They came and they pinged this 40,000 region. We reclaimed that 50-day MA, and that was helpful. And then yesterday we identified some key areas that we were looking at for them to come back and retest. And the most important one for me that I wanted to see hold was this 382 region tied in with these horizontals here at 41,700. So this, they did come, they pinged it, and they bounced right off this area. So this for me is a big marker now. This 41,700, this is big support for me right now. My next area for support that we need to look at on any further pullbacks here, we're looking at 43,000 on the button. You can see yesterday we fought this area. We pushed. We eventually broke through, and now we're away. And you can see it's telling us a story right now. We're fighting this current 382, so potentially a little rejection here. So let's see what happens now at this 44,100 level. We'll keep our eyes on that. But right now, for the session, main support for me, 43,000. Next one, 41, call it 41,700. So these are my two big BTC areas. And every time we crack a new resistance zone, we can start getting a little bit more bullish on these things. And then you can see our bull line here, which we are keeping track of right now. So we really ultimately want to start breaking this region and then starting to send these things. And that's going to take me to my target that we don't stop talking about, and it's 48K. So I'm still waiting for this 48K region. Is it going to happen in the next 24 hours? Is there going to be some news coming out that's going to send this thing? And then I still think they are going to sell the news. I think it's going to be a situation where this news comes out, there's hype, there's maybe a little pump on the news, and then I'm planning for a pullback after that. So yeah, it could be a smart play to have some limit sell orders, perhaps if you are in some positions at this 48K 50K mark, in case there is a guard candle that they send up but then reject. So just something to think about there, guys, if you are sitting in BTC longs. Then let's take a look at this news. So this was Grayscale. They filed registration of securities with the SEC for its spot. I mean, anything that comes through Twitter, the guys get excited, the candles go green, and here we are again, a little bit of bullish news, and everyone's forgotten about this mega dump from yesterday, just like that. So very interesting stuff. And then you can see now, this is the daily long, the long index here. This is the liquidation heat map. Look at the size of these longs now. The longs are starting to build up again, outweighing the shorts. So that is something we need to keep our eyes on. But you can see everyone's firing up the longs, and we can see there's some liquidations up here from 43,800 all the way up to about 45K. Could get liquidated quite quickly here if there is a bit of a squeeze. So let's keep our eyes on that one as well. And this altcoin season index, still not altcoin season, but these alts are moving. But according to this guy, we're still only at 59%. So there is a little bit more time here for our altcoin season. Then what I wanted to show you guys again, this dominance, well, we haven't really moved. We are still looking at this dominance rejection. And remember, we want BTC dominance to be dropping for these altcoins to be performing. And right now we are at a rejection area. So ideally, we just want to get this rejection here for these alts, and that's really going to help send them, even though they are looking quite bullish right now. So, you know, we've seen a lot of these altcoins. We've got stochastic RSIs reset, 4 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour, some of them daily as well. So a lot of them are talking to us that they do want to start moving higher. So I've got a nice little selection here that we are going to go through. But I did think this was notable. Cathie Woods is selling, or she sold $25 million worth of Coinbase shares yesterday. And, you know, we pull up the Coinbase chart, and it's always a laugh because Coinbase trades exactly like these other shit coins. Look what they give us, a 382 bounce on that pullback, on that sale, and nice little reaction there. So for anyone who was trading or interested in trading Coinbase, your level there was 141. And that was your 382 bounce. And we're on our way. So, you know, bullish Coinbase for me is bullish cryptocurrency, those type of things. It's a nice long, if you feel that BTC and crypto is going higher, then Coinbase is the trade if you do like that type of thing. So there was a nice little bounce there for Coinbase. Then let's some other news also. These Monero, Zcash, these privacy tokens, they're getting so much abuse at the moment. And we saw OKX remove them from the exchange, and now Binance has placed a monitoring tag on some of these as well. So yeah, not sure what's going on there, but they're talking about volatility and things like that. And I mean, look, you can see there is a little bit of volatility here on Monero. This is XMR. So for those of you that are interested, XMR has now reclaimed this 200-day MA. So it could be a little support marker for you guys, anyone who is interested in that trade. But I think with all this negative attention at the moment, maybe we need to be looking elsewhere. But yeah, just a note here for you. Monero 158, 159 looks like support now on this token, with an upside around about, say, call it 175. That sort of region is of interest to me. Okay, let's get into the business here. This is Celestia looking good. We've just broken a massive horizontal here on the 4 hour. And we were talking about this in Sniper Club about 45 minutes ago. There was a break of this trend, and we're away now. So Celestia traders, your support 14.4. This is now a big area of support for you. Let's look at some fibs here as well. I'm going to pull from, I'm not going to take a fib. Well, let's take a fib from this this wick low, which was a bit of a beast move. But let's see what it gives us quickly. Yeah, it's giving us the 382 quite low down, but I want to see if we get tie-in. You see, that's what I want to see. I'm looking for tie-in of these fibs with these horizontals, and this is what they've given us. So Celestia, TIA, nice little trend break, and 14.4. That is now my support marker for Celestia. And if we zoom out, it looks like clear skies ahead. So price discovery, and we've seen with Injective, we've seen with things like Say protocol and all these things, price discovery, we don't know where it's going to end. We can try and speculate and guesstimate, but once sentiment kicks in and the market starts climbing into these things, you know, you can sit on these guys and ride. So right now I would just hold this thing and see what happens with your big support marker around about 14.4. So keep your eyes on that guy. Then I've got Arbitrum. Talking about Arbitrum, you know, it's been so bullish as well. And again, little trend break now today after that pullback yesterday. Nice little trend break. This is the 1 hour, and yeah, potentially a long now in play for Arbitrum. Best move obviously was off the 786 and horizontals. Let's look at some pullback zones right now. So you can see they've given us, they've already given us this little 382 here. So first pullback zone or first support zone for Arbitrum, guys, 1.97. That is a hot zone for me. You can see they have come back a little bit and try to test that one already. So let's keep an eye on this area now for the scalpers out there. This is the 1 hour chart. Remember that. And next level we got here 1.91. So that's our next zone. So call it 1.97 and 1.991 as safe sort of pullback areas. And then once we crack this guy at 2, just over 2, once we crack that, I think we're going to start flying. Let's zoom out here again. looks like some price discovery as well. So yeah, anything's on the table. What we can do if we want to try and estimate or guesstimate potential areas or potential highs for something to go is you can pull a fib from the previous high to the low, and then you can pull out the 1.618 fib at the 2.618 fib, and that can give you sort of a guesstimate area as to where it could potentially go. So let's do that quickly. Let's hit our settings here. Okay, they are not giving it to me. They're not letting me open my settings. Okay, let's open it in a fresh chart quickly. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, so I'm going back to the weekly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this 1618 fib. Let's see if it works in this screen here. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, let's go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll plug in the 1.618 and I'm going to plug in the 2.618, and that should give us some kind of area of interest as to where this price could potentially go. There's the 3.618 as well. Let's find the 2.618. There's the 2.618. Okay, so let's see what that is. And here's our first target. So our potential first target for Arbitrum, guys, and this is pretty much guesswork really, but it does give us a nice little guide, the 618, because we know these altcoins respond to these fibs. So look at around 2.47. That is a potential target now for Arbitrum. If things are going to remain bullish, that is an area you want to be looking at and potentially TPing at. If things start really pumping here, that is a hot zone for me. Okay, let's see who's in the chats. I'm just running away with things here. What's happening here, guys? Courtney's talking about coin, inject crypto sell once injective on the 4-hour. Guys, we did give a sneaky little injective long yesterday, and it seemed to have held its level, and it went quite well. Martin says, Dylan, bring back Sheldon. Sheldon's in Thailand. He's on his bachelor's, guys. The guy's on a holiday. That's why you haven't seen much of him. He's having a break. He's back in a couple of days, and we'll be jamming together. There's no doubt about that. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Max says Monero is used for crime. Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense. It's potentially banned on things like OKX and things. Let's see who else is here. Jono's asking about AVAX. Sol, what's the play today? Still bearish away? No, I'm not bearish on Sol. So I've actually taken a Sol long. And I'm going to explain to you my reasoning behind this. We had a lot. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've had a lot of these tokens with stochastic reset. So the first thing I wanted to point out to you, and you're going to see it on a lot of these altcoins, we had the 4-hour stochastic resetting. That is always a good sign for me, even for a short-term move. Then we also had the 8-hour stochastic resetting here at the lows. We had the 12-hour on Sol double bottoming here on the stochastic, and then we had the daily pulling into the bottom. So for me, that was a sign that we were going to get some kind of bounce here. And when it starts talking to you at strong support areas, then you know that you can start laddering into position. So again, you don't have to wait for a trend break. When you see all these stocks resetting like that, it's generally a sign that you can start getting into a trade. Maybe they want to come and flush one more time, but generally what you can see out of that is that it looks like it's going to reverse, maybe a little flush, and then they come and send you. So this is Sol now running currently off where we 98.99 was your main support zone, and the target you're looking at, short-term target, obviously. Things could go a lot bigger than this, obviously, but let's just pull out a 618 here and just see this guy. So first target 109. And then next target would be a test of these highs here on the 25th of December. So I'd look for about 124 after that move. So for me, I'm just going to let mine play out a little bit, see what happens. My last Sol trade, as you can see, got absolutely rinsed out. I was sitting there feeling quite smug. It was cooking, and then they just came and flushed me out like that. So Sol version 2, and we're away for now. Let's see how that one goes. Then we've got AVAX. Okay, so AVAX is looking good. This is what I was talking about yesterday. We were looking for AVAX to break through this horizontal resistance zone and then give us some kind of support around 37.38. That's really what we wanted to see. And yeah, we appear to be getting that now. So again, notable. Look at this 4-hour stock. This is finally reset for us on AVAX, so that's a nice sign. Let's take a look at the 8-hour. 8 hours reset. Let's look at the 12 hours reset. Dailies reset. Okay, so for me, what does this tell me? It tells me that there is a potential move coming, and I've zoomed in here to the 1 hour, which is something to talk about. The reason I was saying we might get one more flush first is that this 1 hour, as you can see, this 1 hour stock is heavily overbought. Okay, so that could tell us maybe they just want to reset this 1 hour and then slow down this current move, maybe just do a little flush, grab a couple of stops, but then I think the main move is going to be up. Based on what I'm seeing here on these stochastics, because you know, it's always a nice event when these stocks are all reset at the bottom at the same time. Then we know generally balance of probabilities that we are going to potentially start moving higher. DJ Monty says ADA is ready. Yeah, look, guys, a lot of these tokens are now looking like this. We've had a lot of these resets. So I've just got a random list for you of the ones I've been working on today. And, you know, we're going to talk through some of your tokens now as well. But here's another one, Injective. This is what we were looking at yesterday. And, you know, I was sitting here with Simon and we were talking about a potential long here, a little sneaky long off this 34 region. And off it's went now. So we've got our 18% move. And the first thing you're going to note is that Injective is now pushing into a resistance area. So depends on your trading strategy and how you're approaching this. But this is a potential TP area. It is a resistance zone. Next move for Injective, you're going to be looking for something like this. So we're going to pull a trend line out from there. And we're going to look for the next break of trend. And you're going to see it's going to be a similar setup to the Celestia that we just looked at now. So for those of you that missed that original move, what you want to see now is you want to see Injective push higher and then grab the support the same way Celestia did earlier. So you're looking for something along these lines now. And again, if you are sitting in an Injective trade and you're not too fussed about that profit and you picked up this trade down here at 34, this region, once we retest, could be a nice area for you to add to your position and really increase that size and send it higher. So there are obviously a couple of options here, but you've had a 20% move. And we were laughing about this yesterday. I had a 20% move on Rune on a 10x trade, and I was adding and holding onto that position. What did they do? They came and flushed me out, and I was left with nothing other than getting stopped out. So you know, it depends how you view this this current move. But again, TP zone, right? Or if you want to hold it, let it break up, retest, add to that position, fresh trade, and then send it again. Jonathan wants to know, is Bonk dead? I don't think Bonk is dead. I think Bonk is going to be the meme play of the next season. I think it's going to be the new Doge, basically, though that's just my opinion. Let's see. Alexander wants to see some TRB. We've got, oh, yeah. So Milos is asking for Filecoin. Let's see what else you got. ETC. That's an old school coin, ETC. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's look at Say. Okay, so here's this 2,000% trade that I'm still sitting in. I have been taking some profits, but it's been so bullish lately. So what I keep doing is just looking for these little trend breaks, and you guys can do the same. You can see what they're giving us here. They're just giving us these little flags and things like that. And here was another example they gave us the other day. Little trend breakup. What did they do? They came back. They retested. What was this? This was the what did they give us? They gave us a 382. They came back, tested the 382, nice little horizontals there, then gave us a trend break. So let's see what happens. If we break this, it's again, it's a new all-time high. We break that one, and then we are looking super bullish again, and we fire up the trades, and we keep it going. So again, we're going to just track this trend. We saw what happened to Injective. We've seen what happens to 𝗪𝗔𝗡, all these others that breaking all-time highs. The crowd just climbs into them, and it keeps going. And what we can do is start tracking some major trends. So I mean, we can dig deeper into this one now, but you can see we are in a steep uptrend at the moment. So once we lose that uptrend, then we say, okay, cool. Things are potentially slowing down. But while we're in an uptrend like this, there's no reason to really be exiting any of these particular positions. So I'm going to just carry on with that. And here it is here. This is my BitGet account. And there is a BitGet link in the description, guys, because I've got a note here. They've released a new token, ZKF. But yeah, say here it is. You can see here's the stats: 2,210% up. It was a 15x trade, and I've taken out $5,400. There's still 7,000 left. And as we go, I just keep taking little bits out, and yeah, just letting it do its thing. So those of you who are interested, ZKF is now available on BitGet. There is a link in the description, and there's all sorts of signing up bonuses and things like that available on that BitGet link. So if you are interested and you are a ZKF fan, well, there it is. You can jump in there to BitGet and give it a go. Right, let's look at finishing off on the Say. There is a little project in Say called Say Law, and the market cap of this guy is around about, I think it was 30 million. You know, these things track together. They call it kryptonite, but the ticker is Say Law. So that is something to keep your eyes on. Small little market cap play. Could be something to look at. Tricky to try and grab a position now. As you can see, things are really ripping here. So we might have to go 15-minute vibes. Really go full degen. But if you are looking for an entry, what you can do is just try and track horizontals, try and track trends, just get a feel for where this thing is responding, and then maybe start nibbling at potential positions here. So what I can give you is a rising trend, and I can give you some support on this sailor here, 0.144. That is a support region that I would watch. And look, it's tricky now to start pulling fibs and things, but you can see here we've got a 618 down at 137. So supports 144, 137. Those are potential scalper zones there for you guys if you are interested. This thing looks like it's going to be looking some more price discovery again. When does it end? We don't know when it ends. But like Uncle Run likes to say, you know, when the music's on, we must just keep dancing. And the best way to do that is to track these trends. When we lose these trends, then we know it's time to potentially jump out. But while something is trending up, why not look for entries? Why not join the party? Let's see what else we got here. Hyman's looking for Carver. Jackie's shouting FTM, shouting. Let's see. I do have FTM for you guys. Let's see. Yeah, here's FTM. Okay, yeah. So nice little play here, FTM. Nothing's really changed. So this is the FTM 12-hour that I'm tracking at the moment. What I would say, if you are long FTM, okay, big support for you that you know. It's this 618 horizontal and 50-day MA. That is around about 0.39. Sorry, I'm struggling to see my screen here next to me. Then the next one, the next resistance zone that you need to take note of. Okay, so if we do start pushing into that, your next resistance area, 0.465. That is your resistance play. And if you've missed this trade, well, the easiest way to play this is to just look level by level and area by area. So if we do push up and we break through this horizontal, expect some kind of rejection here, trend perhaps. And you can pick that up when we got confirmed support at around about 46. That could be a potential entry for you. For Phantom. So don't feel like you've missed out. If you see green candles and you haven't jumped into the market and it's run away from you, always try and identify your nearest stop. What is your risk of jumping in now versus what is your risk from jumping in later once it's broken a key level and retested that level? Because remember, a lot of the time we break areas, but we come back and retest it. So don't feel you're missing out on a trade. If you've missed something by an hour, just kick back, wait, let's see how things play out. And you can always grab those consolidations or those support areas when they do come back and retest. Okay, so what I would say, Phantom, if you are not in Phantom now, let's just to confirm, you want to break this area. You want to reclaim 46 as support. Then you can start nibbling and start playing a trend break. Otherwise, if we do get a pullback, 0.39 is where you need to be. So, and again, look at these stocks. The 12-hour stock is reset. Daily reset. 8 hours reset. Come on, 4 hours reset. Okay, so things are there. There's signs there that we are potentially going to get a nice bigger term move. And what we do need to deal with is this 1 hour that's pretty overbought right now. So maybe they just want to send this 1 hour down. And what does that translate into? Maybe that's going to translate into a little flush here on some of these. But just be aware of that. That 1 hour is overbought, but all the other guys are oversold. So things are in general looking a little bit more bullish here for me. Okay, let's see what else we got. Rudy says, last day in SA, back soon for good. Rudy, come back, bro. There's no better place. No better place than South Africa. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Don't forget, I've also got DJ Dave in the back, but I'm selling that for likes. Here's head of likes. Head of likes? What's happening? Is it bad, Ray? Are they not liking enough yet?
Man, you need to like it up.
You need to like it up. If you want DJ and Dave's setup,
200 up. That's like not even 30%. Like
guys, hit the likes. I want to bring in DJ Dave. You know, he's also our DJ. And for those of you that don't like the music, I'm going to bring in the man that mixes it. You can ask him questions about his music. I mean, we love the music. I'm going to bring him in shortly. So let's start hitting those like buttons, guys. Let's fire that up, and you know, let's encourage him. You know, he's waiting here. Let's encourage the man. He needs likes to feel good about the setup he's going to bring us. Okay, let's see what else we got. I've got GMX for you. Okay, so this is an Arbitrum play, Arbitrum strength play, and here we go. It's yeah, for those of you that were around when we were talking about this, this was what, middle of December. We gave a long, or I gave a long in Sniper Club here. It was a standard 618 horizontal trend play that kicked off. But look at these guys. They sent it back all the way to flush out everybody. They sent it right back yesterday. I mean, absolute torture. But it is interesting here. GMX, 12-hour. Look at this horizontal. Look at this 382. So for me, this is a potential support zone that you can start working with here. 56 is an area now of interest. So let's see how we react here in this zone. But I'm watching this as a bullish area, and then you can always see, we can always crack a trend here and play that trend break. So right now, I really like 55, 56 for GMX, and I like the 50 level. That is the 50-day MA and 618 at around about 50. So these are some key areas for the GMX fan. Abdallah is asking me, really asking me to look at Filecoin. Yeah. Okay, and Steve says Matic got smashed. Well, guys, we've given a Matic long in the Sniper Club. Let's look at Matic. There we are. So about an hour ago, we fired off a Matic long signal in the Sniper Club. And the idea here on Matic was, well, obviously it came into our entry box, but the idea here was, again, watching this 1 hour stock, which was heavily overbought. Again, trying to play that game that potentially they want to come and flush us a little bit lower on that 1 hour, just to grab some of these stops here that have been building up in this area. So that is one of the things we were looking at. So I've grabbed a portion of my entry in the entry block there on Matic, and you know, targets right now 95, 1.09, and 1.17 if things go super bullish here. So right now, Matic fans, as you can see now, the main trade has kicked off, but you do have 50-day MA support. 0.85 is 50-day MA support I would watch, and 0.83 is your previous candle low on the 8 hour that I would watch. So 0.83 and 0.85. These are your support areas for Matic. And you know, there are hints that there is some more Polygon news coming. I think one of the guys was tweeting that some news event or something was happening with Polygon, and could be bullish for it. Let's see how it plays out. And for those of you that have missed this trade, or you're not sure on jumping in now, you can see there's a lot of work to do here, and there is a big horizontal resistance area and 618 and trend that needs to get smashed. So you could potentially get your entry. Once we crack through that and we find some support, you could get your next trade entry up there. So just be a little bit patient if you don't want to jump in here. Oh, Devin says 1 inch. Devin, don't talk to me about 1 inch. For those of you that saw my 2-bit trade, I was something like, at one point on 1 inch, I was about $2,000 up on that trade, and they came and they flushed me with that 30% move. It was absolute torture. So I don't want to look at 1 inch for a while. It actually hurts me. It hurts my feelings when I look at it, because I know this thing has bounced. I know it's come back, and I'm not in 1 inch anymore. So yeah, it's a little bit upsetting. Okay, let's see who else we got here. Oh, there's a question on fetch. Okay, I actually had fetch ready for you guys. Let's see what. Okay, let's deal with Audis, because that was another one I gave you guys yesterday. So yeah, here we are, Audis, Audi fans. This is Audi on the 4 hour, and this is look, it played out nicely. I love it when these charts actually listen to me. And we were saying, let's look out for a potential Audi pullback. So we had that beautiful recovery. But remember, after a mega dump like that, we sometimes have this major recovery, and then they try and bleed us out a little bit more. And one of the key areas of support that we were looking at, if they did want to bleed us for Audi, was the 73.4 area. And look, they drifted us right back into the zone. And now we're away. So what I would say here, Audi fans, 73.3 is your first area. If we lose that, somewhere you might want to be cutting. And then you do have the candle low, 71. So you lose that 71, that is another potential area where you want to look to trim. But right now, look, it has bounced, and we do have this trend. So we were saying we can see we had a downtrend in play, and there is a bit of time here. So if you've missed this original move, or you weren't sure, there's a lot more that can still happen here. And the bulls just want to see something along those lines anyway. So let's see how that goes. Jonas says, I don't get it. Audi doesn't even do anything. I don't know. Does it do anything? I'm not sure, guys. Let me know. The fundamental guys will be able to let me know there. Okay, let's go Carver. There is a question on Carver, and then Ray. I need. Oh, there's something flying in my office here. Ray, you up there?
Yes, sir.
I like it.
We're under 500. We're at 492.
We're 492, but we have very similar shirts on. Were you also at a rave?
I mean,
we got similar style outfits on here.
I'm in the south of Brazil. I don't know about you, but they should say
I was on the beach, bro. I'm sitting here in my baggies,
That's what you said.
I'll show you my baggies. They got nice flowers on them. I don't know. You ever see these? Beautiful. Okay, so guys, we're nearly there. It's nearly time for DJ and Dave. Let's get him ready. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so let's cover.
We passed up 500.
We passed our 500. Okay, that's a fair call. Then I think we can bring him on. Let's. Okay, jeez, I've got so much content for you guys. Okay, this is Render. Okay, this is another one. I know you guys are asking about Render. This is Render on the 4 hour. Look at the stock, the 4 hour stock reset. Look at this 8 hour stock reset, 12 hour stock. What do we get? Come on, reset. Daily reset. Okay, so again, the signs are there, potentially, that there is a bigger move coming. And these guys always time it, and they tie it in with these major trends and major horizontals. And look how this is played out. They've just hung on to this trend line here for Render. So Render traders, right now, your main support that you want to look at, 4.35. Okay, that is your first line of support now. Your next area that I like is 4.18. And then the next major area for Render, 3.9. So that is a big zone. But again, a trend play right now on Render. And if you zoom in on the 1 hour, you're probably going to see they've given a little trend break here as well. Look at this. So there you go. Use that information, do with it what you will, but there we are. There's a little Render trend break, and things potentially turning a little bit bullish there for Render. Okay, let's get Dave in here, because we haven't had him here for a while, and I've stolen him from the Sniper Club today. The legend. Did you have a good holiday?
Man, it was good. Went to Colorado and got to see the snow and stuff.
Nice.
Back in full swing.
So guys, Dave, for those of you that don't know, Dave is part of the Sniper team. He's in the Sniper Club. So the Sniper Club is Sheldon, myself, and the Sniper team. Dave, Bruce, Chaos, Mama Sniper's in there, Craig is in there. Who am I missing? It's basically the whole Sniper team is in there. And we're all dropping our own thoughts, our ideas, our own setups, all these type of things. And David's also a legend, just like Bruce and Chaos. He's been dropping some absolute bangers in there in Sniper Club, and I've had to pull him away here to give us an exclusive setup that he was. Well, have you dropped it in there already, or are you looking at dropping it in?
Yeah, I'll drop it in here as soon as I explain it.
Okay,
so
cool. I'm gonna give you the stage here. Let's bring up your screen. I think you've earned the likes. I think they gave you 500 likes there.
Cool.
So there's your screen. Let's see what you got.
Awesome. What's going on, guys? Good to be back. But yeah, no, this is a setup that stood out to me. You know, I was awake whenever Asia opened, and it was nice to see some green action. But one that really stood out to me is 𝗏𝗟𝗓. You know, just to kind of point out here, I have a trend line that's drawn from the 17th of October. So we have 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches, 4 touches. So this is a macro trend line. And, you know, we had that dip yesterday. You know, it looked like it was trying to break this high here. But what I really like about it is this 618 is just acting as support. So I started a position here. You know, I like the fact that it's still red, and 𝗏𝗟𝗓 kind of does its own thing. So I would imagine on some kind of cooldown later on, or whenever that is, you know, 𝗏𝗟𝗓 might take its run here. So I really like the fact that we're on an order block, we're on the sniper zone, we're on this trend. So I started a position, and if we have some kind of cooldown, you know, I am looking to add more to the position if we kind of come down here. Right, so come down here, you know, maybe hug some more towards the 618, but then have its run. And so as far as the upside move, pretty big in my opinion, you know, 17-18%. I would say. And
we know that that high there is massive weekly resistance. So if we get this entry down here at the 618 horizontal trend, and you grab that entry and you blow through that weekly, I mean, fuck, then we're away.
Dude, yeah. This could be
there's massive resistance there, but if we get through that, then you can start adding as well. So we can get a monster size going here. So that could be a fun one. Yeah. And BLZ, I love the fact that it kind of does its own thing. So, you know, when the market's doing something, we don't have to always rely on BTC. You know, back in a couple of months ago, we were doing BLZ, and it was just loving its own vibe. It was just doing its own stuff. So
yeah. Yeah, one thing to point out too is the stochastics. Like last time the daily was this low, you know, what was that, 13th of November, 14th of November, we had a 80% move. So yeah, like I'll take another 80% move.
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely worth a look, isn't it? So okay, nice one, bro. That's a nice little setup.
Yeah. So.
And guys, remember, this is our resident DJ. I know, look, whenever we run a poll, we get about 70%, 80% love the music. And then you always get these salty guys in the chats, in the comments afterwards that say we must turn it down. They want to play their own music. But guys, we love this. And this is our DJ, you know? So maybe, I mean, I've been asking Dave for 2 months for a new track. So, you know, maybe he's going to work on it for us. I can only hope.
That's the plan. I'll work on it. No, glad most of you guys like the music. I know it's not for everybody, but hey, man, it's a vibe, and
it's our trading music. So. It's never going away. It will just sound different.
There you go.
Okay, sweet, Dave. Nice one. Well, hang around a bit if you want to. I'm going to go through some more of these charts here and look at 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏. How's this guy trolling, bro? 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, come on, bro. The music's the best. This is our trading music. You know, if you don't like it, turn the sound down. But it's part of our vibe. You know, Wayne likes the music. I can see Wayne likes it. Mike likes it. Vincent likes it. Come on, guys. You know, we got good entries here. We got good beats. That's how it works. Okay. We got a lot of music support coming through now. Now they're coming. Now the supporters are coming through. Okay, cool. So let's look. Geez, this render is firing now. Wow. Okay. Let's update Sol. Let's see where we are on Sol. Okay, Sol's still looking good. Let's see where we are. AVAX. Okay, AVAX pushing through nicely here. Okay, so again, guys, this AVAX. Oh, I've got to get my screen up here. Hold on. Okay, AVAX pushing through nicely. Just want to make sure that we get support here around about this 37, 38. If we get that support there, I think AVAX is going to be good. I think it's going to be a nice one. Let's recap Filecoin. Okay, so here's Filecoin. This is what we were looking for yesterday. This was Filecoin on the 4-hour, and a key area for us. We wanted the 786 and horizontal to hold. It was around about 6.2 that we were looking at, and look, they held it. Candle closed above, and we're away. So let's take a look again. These stocks, 4-hour stock reset. What else we got? 8-hour. Let's see where that is. 8 hours reset. And 12-hour is busy resetting. So you can see there is a story here. They are trying to tell us something. But first thing first, we got to get through resistance. So if you missed this first entry now on Filecoin, which was, we gave this one yesterday, so it was 6.2. If you've missed that now, we are now pushing into a resistance zone. So you really want to try and identify some kind of support or some kind of test in this area just to make sure. So 6.6. That is where you need to be now. 6.6 is support. You want to see it consolidate there, give you some type of support, and then we can play this trend game again. So there's a lot of options available here. Don't feel you've got too much FOMO and things like that. Don't feel stressed out about it. Again, once we turn bullish, we always get a consolidation. We get an area where we can jump in. They're going to give us levels. They're going to give us things to work with. So don't panic if you have missed this first move now. What you can do is dial in a little bit. You can look at 15 minutes. You can look at 1 hour in times like these, and you can try and identify if there is support developing. So, this is a little bit messy here, but we can start dialing in, and you can start looking at particular areas. So right now, here's a marker for you. For example, under this 15-minute candle, that is an example of a potential horizontal support here for you, 6.48. And you can see it's supported by these two resistance candles here, ping, ping, and now they are giving you support. But remember, this is 15-minute support. It's way different type of support to a weekly support or something like that. But it is something to work with, especially for the scalpers.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, let's see. Okay, we got to do this ICP. Bryn, we're going to do it. Okay, ICP, we just missed that. We missed that ICP move. It was a mega move. It was 100 and something percent. And, I haven't looked at it since then. So let's see where we are. You didn't catch ICP by any chance, Dave?
Man, I almost did before this crazy pump. It was on my watch list. I'm very salty about it. I mean, it is what it is, man. We missed some of the big ones.
There's nothing worse than the tokens that you're watching and you for some reason you're not in it, but you watch it regularly and then it pumps on a day you don't look. I mean, it's offensive, actually. It actually offends. Okay, so big weekly resistance here for ICP. So for those of you who are looking for ICP, you can see why this is big resistance. Look at this. This was weekly support. So this is March, February, April, 2022. So look at the size of this. Lots of candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Weekly candles, so showing us that this was massive weekly support, and once you lose it, we know it becomes massive weekly resistance. So there is time on ICP, and I think there's going to be a nice trade brewing here. I think you just need to be patient. But the next leg for ICP, whenever they want to take you there, if we can get an entry, maybe let's agree to get this on our watch list here, Dave.
Yeah,
we actually got to start talking about this thing, because there is a 50% trade coming on ICP. We just got to make sure we are ready for it, and we can snag an entry there. And an entry like that's going to be done on a 4-hour breakout or something along those lines. So right now, this is major resistance, so we can't get too excited, but we can dial in a little bit. And let's go through this exercise quickly. Let's see if we can pick something up.
Yeah, we need that breakthrough in the retest.
Okay, so remember that once you start dialing in, guys, your risk starts increasing. And you start doing 15-minute trades. You start taking a lot more trades if you're trading 15-minute candles, and that it takes time as well. Wow. Okay, so that's already been a 70% move there. Let's take a look here. I mean, I can't believe the size of that move already, 70%. I mean, look at this, 618, right?
Science.
Every time, guys. The science, every time. Okay, and for those of you that wonder, when David talks about the sniper zone, this is a little area we like under the 618. So obviously, sometimes we get the perfect 618 bounce and we laugh about it. But there is an area just underneath that we call the sniper zone. So anything down to around about 0.65 is the sniper zone that we like to call. And, often the candles will float around that area while things reset and it decides what it wants to do. So let me just highlight that here. Here's a sniper zone for you guys. It's that little 618 and 0.65. So it's just a little region that we like to play with. And there it is here. So look, 618 bounce for this guy, but sniper zone, little area below, worth keeping on your charts. Right, so ICP 4 hour. Let's see what we got. Let's see what this looks like on the 1 hour. Okay, so potentially something going on here. They've given us 382. Look at that. Okay, so some 382 action here. And look, it's not a massive trend break, but it is a trend break. So maybe, okay, maybe there's a scalp entry here that can turn into bigger things for ICP. 14.48, 14.14. Okay, so these are potential scalper zones that could maybe turn into bigger things. Depends on the market goes. But if you like to play the trend break trades, what you get often is a retest afterwards. And you want to look at something along these lines. So something like that. And then your backup area is the 618. So there's the 618. So call it 14.1. And where were we? 14. Call it 14.4 to 14.5. Okay, so these are potential areas where you might want to try and grab a scalp position. And again, you know, you want to exit under these big zones. And, you know, if you're jumping in here, for example, your major support is already 8% down. So your risk is super high, you know, if you're jumping in here from your major support. So if you're a scalper, you want to start looking at these guys and you want to try and get tight entries. On things like the 382, you've seen how we respond on 382 618s, and you can play these guys as your little scalper areas. And another strategy, which David also likes to do, is to potentially ladder in. So if you want to make an assumption that ICP is now bullish, you could take a small bit over here on a low leverage. You can add a little bit more if it pushes down to the 618, and then you can grow the size of your position. So there's multiple ways to skin it. Mm-hmm. And then major support 13.6 13.5 is your major support on the 1 hour, guys. Okay, so I'm not talking weekly major support. Shezi wants to know, what song is this? This is a mixed, it's a non-copyrighted mix that David made for us. He's a DJ, guys. There's no title for it. It's our exclusive title.
We're going to call it
nice
technical
enough, maybe he'll share a link with you guys. He's got his stuff on, where is it? On Spotify. Not on Spotify, on SoundCloud and things like that.
Yeah, Spotify too.
Okay, it's on Spotify, guys. You can find it. Where is there a link? Where do they look?
You just type in my name.
DJ and David.
I'll type it in there.
Okay, David's dropping it in the track. I mean, in the chats. For those of you that are interested, you can see what he does. There it is. Who's saying I thought it was called science? Bruce. you know the legend, the other legends here as well.
I thought it was called #science. Come on, guys.
Okay,
we should call it science. I like that.
Okay, let's go link, and then I see the guys are asking for Pyth and Trias, and we haven't looked at Trias in a long time. Bruce, are you trading anything at the moment?
I'm already in. What am I already in? What am I doing?
Good morning.
I took Injective last night. Great trade. That's really way up right now. That one's up. I'm up 320% on it on 15x.
Let's go.
I'm looking to add on to it. I'm in Luzel. I took David's trade because I think it's just kick ass. Yeah. And then I've got spot positions on Render and Aave that are pushing.
Okay. He's cooking. Okay, guys, this is Link on the 8 hour, and a similar picture again with all these alts. Well, not all of them, but you know, a lot of the alts that we follow all had the similar story. 4 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour, lots of resets everywhere, and you know, sitting on key support. So what I'm going to give you here for Link 13.8 is your 200-week MA tied in with horizontals. You can see it's been tested. It is a strong support zone. So that is your first main area that you want to see hold. So if we do get some kind of pullback here, that is where you want to be. This 13.8 for Link is a big area. And then a very simple play. Here's our trend, okay? And we can just play this game. Here's a horizontal, okay? 50-day MA and horizontals. If we get that breakthrough, we break through quite a big resistance zone, and then the retest is going to be so beautiful. That retest is going to be a buy zone of note for us, and you know, that's going to be trend support, 50-day MA support, horizontal support, and then you're away. Then you're away on this Link trade. So just a big area, 13.8. Watch that guy, and then we can track that trend.
Nice.
Mickey says Dixie is going up. Russia cut the oil production. Dollar getting stronger. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So we were watching. In fact, Ray told me the other day we need to look at we need to look at this Dixie again, and it really did launch itself off a nice horizontal there. So let's see where we are right now. Yeah, so Dixie, it's still at resistance. So this is what we were looking at yesterday. So no real changes here. Okay, so Dixie it's at resistance. It's at trend resistance. It's at horizontal resistance. Okay, so let's see how that plays out. If it does blow here, I mean, we're going to get a rejection here. This is the 50-day MA and 200-day. Okay, so we're looking for something like that. If it's going to be, if you bullish Dixie, which means not so bullish on everything else. If you bullish getting wrecked, you know, the 60 is going to break this trend. We'll look for that rejection, the 200-day MA, 50-day MA. Then you're going to look for that pullback. So, you know, right now it's at resistance. So let's not get too upset about it. Let's see how it plays out. But yeah, I mean, if Russia's making all sorts of threats and the dollar's getting stronger, well, you know, then the macro stuff needs to change a little bit. Let's look at the oil. Let's see how they've gone. Talking about cutting oil production, apparently. So let's see what this gives us on the oil chart. Doesn't seem like much movement here. It's almost time to dust off my Prime XBT account and get into some of these trades again. Okay, so look, nothing really has been happening here on oil based on that news. Still seem pretty flat. This is the daily. What we got here, 200-week MA is your oil support. That's 70.8. So I'd watch that 70.8 level if you're an oil trader. But it's almost time to fire up some longs here. Let's look at this trend here. It's almost time. Let's see if we got an RSI here. There we go. Yeah, it's not ready yet. But you know, there's a couple of plays we can watch here on oil. You know, trend break, we can play that one. And you can see it's actually looking like the Dixie. Look at the 50-day and 200-day sort of hanging around there. That is a bit of a death cross here. The 50-day coming over the 200-day. That's interesting. That's quite bearish. Okay, let's go Trias. That rend is firing, eh? Wow. Proper firing. Okay, let's go Trias here. Yeah, I mean, we last looked at Trias down here. When was this? Early December. I think somebody asked us. Okay, so let's go 4 hour. You can see what's happened here. We've got a little trend break. Okay, little Trias trend break. That looks interesting. We've got a nice little double bottom. I mean, look at this. It's like perfection. The way they do this, it's like a little double bottom there. Okay, and this is the 4 hour chart, guys. So look at that. Hold its trend. Look at that, bang. Check at that, Dave. Straight into the 618. There we go. Okay, so I mean, this is like it's typical trade that you get that double bottom, you get the play onto trend, you get the play onto horizontal, you get the play onto 618. You know, more than likely you're going to get a bounce. Balance of probabilities, when that sort of happens, you generally get some kind of reaction or some kind of bounce. And yeah, now it's looking okay. Let's look at the 1 hour, and let's look at some support over here. Okay, so let me just take that out. Okay, so these are your main support areas for Trias, if you are interested. 14.34, 15.22. You can see how these horizontals come into play here. Okay, so not bad. Okay, Trias traders, 15.22. Call it 14.2. 14.2. Looks decent. 𝗕𝗔𝗓 is still asking what the song's name is. Dave, does the song have a name, bro?
Doesn't have a name. No.
It's called the Science Vibe. I'm sure Bruce named it that.
Yeah, we'll call it science. I like that.
Hashtag science.
Okay, let's go stacks. I think that's topical as well. Okay, holding its trend. Again, so stacks is a play on BTC strength. You know, it generally responds well to a strong BTC. And look, it's held its trend. It lost the trend. It reclaimed it super quickly. So that is interesting. What I would say here, tricky one here. There's no actual stacks trade for me here on the 4 hour. Let's look at this 382 here. Okay, stack support. 1.5. 1.5 is your support zone. Okay, you can see, look how this horizontal ties in so nicely there. Look at that. You've got horizontal, you've got a little bit of fib support there as well. Let's take that out. Okay, so you can see this tight horizontal. So that is your support zone. Anything down, 1.52 down to 1.5 looks okay. You want to see that hold. You start losing that, then stacks is losing this rising trend, and then things start looking a bit bearish. So if we do get a pullback, that's what you want. If we lose this and we close underneath, you know, we're getting that type of vibe, and then things are looking bearish, and we might be coming to visit that wick at 1.2. So as long as it's holding 1.5, I think stacks is still okay. It's still bullish. Nortina says Sailor is the new Say. It's a project on Say. From what I understand, I don't think it's the new Say. Martina, maybe let us know what you're telling us there. Jim says, how's render looking? I don't know if some of these chats are delayed, but you know, when we last checked, this render was cooking. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, render's cool. Okay, we've broken our trend. Now you're just looking for a little retest there, and hopefully bullish if it holds. You know, you want it to hold this 4.5 area, and you should be good. Vincent says, can stacks pump if ETF gets approved? Yeah, I would say everything is going to pump, but anything BTC linked would potentially pump harder. But what my theory is, and I'd love to hear Bruce and Dave's opinion here quickly. You know, I say we get the news, we get a pump, but it happens in 15 minutes, rips up, and then there's massive sells, and then we crying. That is my theory. What are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking the same thing. I think there's, you know, a bunch of people are going to buy the top and get wrecked. It's the same story every time.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it has to be a sell.
Yeah. Just remember TRB. A lot of people bought it 600.
It's terrible.
Okay, well, there we go. Guys, let us know in the chat. What are you guys thinking? Are you buying on this news? Or don't forget, we've been buying on this news for 4 months. So, you know, if the news comes, are you buying more or are you selling? Let me know. I'm watching these chats here. I want to see what these guys say. So Sia says, how many chance of ETF approval? I think she's asking, you know, what are the chances? It's starting to look very good. To look very good. The way these guys are talking, it looks like it is happening.
Yeah, a senior analyst at Bloomberg yesterday basically expressed a lot of confidence that it was going to pop soon.
And Jaroon says, "Where's Run? Run has gone fishing." Sheldon's in Thailand. Run's gone fishing. Carl's on holiday. You know,
just us monkeys.
But we got you guys. We got you some entries. Fundamentals, not my strongest point. Fundamentals, but fuck me, I can read a chart, guys. So you know, drop in your tokens, yeah. And if trading is your thing, then that's what we do. Okay, let's see. Let's go with Loopring, and Taki wants to see Uni again. I think Uni we dealt with. I'm sure we dealt. No, I dealt with Uni on Sniper Club earlier. Let's look at Uni. And let's do Loopring for fun as well.
Good old Loopring.
I want to pull up the right Uni chart here. Okay. No, man, is this have I lost my Uni chart? What's going on here? I had the most epic Uni chart for you guys. Interesting. I've lost it. Okay, well, my Uni chart seems to have grown legs. Let me see if I can find it here in my watch list over here. Maybe they're going to let me get it here. I've just dropped a Uni chart in Sniper Club for you guys. It was an updated Uni chart with a plan around it, but it definitely doesn't look like this one, which is blank. So let me just see if it's here on this list. Maybe they'll give me alphabetical order. Okay, here's a Uni chart. Let's see if this is the one. No, this is the wrong one. Okay, guys. Oh, no, this is the right one. This is the right one. No, it's the wrong one. It's the wrong one, but it's the right one, if that makes sense. Okay, so here's Uni. Okay, so I've got so many charts, guys. Some of them, the same token charted on different exchanges. Okay, so Uni bigger picture. Okay, now I had a smaller picture Uni that I dropped for you guys in Sniper Club today. Don't know where that is now, but yeah, bigger picture Uni is strong. Uni's looking good here. So you can see here this weekly horizontal. Look at that weekly horizontal now at 6.4. Okay, that is a big support zone. It's now reclaimed that area. So yesterday, our support that we were watching was the 50-day MA. That was 6.3. We've now pushed higher. And what I would say now, 6.5 is your weekly support for Uni. I think that's a nice support base. And again, interesting to note, it just dipped straight back into our original entry zone. After a massive pump. I mean, how big was this move yesterday? The original pump. Sorry, let me wipe that. I mean, this original move, they did 40% on Uni, and then they just killed us. They just absolutely killed us. Yesterday, they gave us a 23% move down, smashed everybody, took out the stops, and then they sent it back up. Okay, Loopring. Guys, if you're looking for more setups, I know you guys are hungry for setups. You guys are dropping all these tokens here. Remember, Bruce and Dave are active in the Sniper Club non-stop. And, well, not non-stop. We allow them to sleep. Sometimes they sleep. But you can find their setups. Their setups are there. My setups are there. Simon started this thing in Sniper Club as well called Airdrops. So he's dropping alpha on airdrop things. For those of you interested in all the facets of crypto, because there's way more to crypto than a couple of leverage trades, I can tell you that much. You know, there's an airdrop section that Simon has started there for you guys. So if you're part of Sniper Club, you'll have first access to all that alpha that he's dropping in there as well, and then that's on top of everything we're doing already. So you know, sounds like a great place to be. Right, so this is Loopring. Nice little pull bag. Again, same look for Loopring as to, I mean, pretty much 90% of the alts we've looked at the last couple of days, they all look the same. 4 hours reset, 8 hours reset, 12-hour reset, daily, come on, daily reset. The only thing that's bothering me is this overbought 1 hour on a lot of these alts. And, you know, what that could say to us is potentially a little flush. Okay, a little flush. What is a little flush? It's a tricky one because the last time it was overbought, they gave us a flush. They gave us 35% on Loopring on the 1 hour. So remember, a little flush is generally an area to below some horizontal supports and things like that. That is what you kind of want to look at, or under some major support areas. So what I would say is look out for a flush just under these horizontals, 26, and just under the 50-day. Okay, 25.5. So, you know, something along these lines, I would say, would reset that 1 hour beautifully. And then all these other stocks are sitting at the bottom, ready to go. And then we can fire it up. Okay, Bruce, Dave, thank you. Legends.
You're very welcome.
See you guys.
Thanks.
You know where to find these guys now.
We'll see you in the club.
I just cut Bruce off. Okay, guys, it's been an hour again. So many charts. A lot of the things are looking the same again. So potential 1 hour is overbought, but the 4 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour daily, they're all looking okay. Semi bullish here. Let's see what more ETF news and things like that's coming out. Again, volatility potentially both ways on its way. But you know, as far as these alts are concerned, I'm leaning towards longs here with what I'm seeing, especially with all these stock resets. So guys, just play it safe out there. Again, watch your levels, don't FOMO, you know the drill. Don't over leverage, don't over trade. And there's always another trade tomorrow. So it's not like you miss something today, there's another one tomorrow. It's not like it goes away. Okay, see you guys later. I'm back tomorrow again, same time, same thing. We'll see you then.